All right, everyone. Thank you for joining. This is round 1 of our tournament today. We are playing against Jeskai Tempo. I've played against this person just on the normal Find a Games with this deck. And it is a very gross deck, so we'll see how we do here. Drop the good luck, have fun. This is a slow hand to start, but knowing their deck, I need the interaction. I got the Get Lost. I've got Paradise Druid as some ramp, more removal. I am happy with this. I am good to run with this. Leading on the bobble. On the mulligan to 6. I like the mulligan to 6. See if they've got the fetch land to go with their bobble themselves. They do. Didn't like what they see. Gonna ship it away. Yep. Alright. We'll lead on the Spar's headquarters. Probably go 2 into Paradise Druid. Yep. We'll shock into Paradise Druid here. Does opponent want to counter or something? Nope. Let's see what opponent's got. So I really like what we've got working against opponent here. Don't like that they're about to have the cryptic coat, but is what is. Now I like that draw. We'll go Triumph, and we'll go ahead and run the Peacekeeper. Let's see what opponent's got. Man, a bunch of gross stuff. Don't have another land. I think I want to make them using the lightning bolt awkward. I don't want them to be able to do that for so cheap. So we're gonna hit lightning bolt on that. So now they can't just bolt one of these at the end of turn here. And now opponent, see if they draw a land. Now opponent does have the choice if they want to put the equipment in or kill, but it looks like now they can do both. So we've got 5 here. We know our opponent's hand. They can counter a non-creature spell. They got the removal, got the memory lapse. I think I want to run out the Tolsmir and make them, if they want, to memory lapse this and put this back on top of our deck. Yep, that is fine. So opponent will memory lapse. I want to keep the Peacekeeper around, I think, so I'm just going to pass here. There is something to be said for if I were to have named the Cryptic Coat and killed the Stoneforge, it'll cost 5, so like be 7 mana total to do the bounce it and replay it thing. Which there's a lot to that to be said. I said their opponent's deck is very good. It's very, very good. And Cryptic Coat is just an insane magic card. Geist on, wow, that is horrific. That is about as good as opponent could have rung it up. Yeah, I'm not sure we beat that, honestly. I think here I would like play out the World Tree. I don't like it, but I need to get that coat off of the Geist, so I think we're going to Aether Channeler. We're going to bounce the coat, which feels just awful, but we can't have an unblockable Geist of Saint Traft. And again, while opponent's tapped out, I don't want them to be able to just drop into play. I want them to pay the full mana value, so we'll path the Stoneforge here. And I do not feel good about this, where we're at. Yeah, Geist on the coat, that's brutal. It's about as good as you can ride it up, honestly. Go to combat. Just swing 3 here. I know we don't have anything to do with the Paradise Druid, but I don't really want to die at the moment. Not sure what I want here. A Shield Druid would be nice. To have opponent sack. But we're in a really tough spot. We're in a very tough spot. Opponent passing. Choices. So I don't have the mana to be able to Tolsmir and fight that, so I don't want to run that out right now. We'll just leave up the Get Lost and pass here. Feels bad, but it's where we're at, unfortunately. Is opponent going to deal 5 to our Peacekeeper? Is our opponent going to draw 2 cards? Flip to the Lion's Sash, eh? While opponent's tapped out here, we will go ahead and get lost the Lion's Sash there. Opponent now can map on Geist. I will block Geist up enough to kill it if opponent wants to run that. So they want to make it a... Yep. Opponent cannot do bolts. I think if opponent attacks, we've got to block all out. Because they can remove the Peacekeeper. I know that'll clear the board, but we can't let the Geist just keep going. Flame, yep. Got 2. Yeah, man, that's brutal. I have to block here because if I don't, we just die to the Angel next turn. Man. Yeah, the Geist is just brutal. So we'll run out Tolsmir, we'll gain 3 life. We'll have the blocker for the Geist. But opponent still has the Cryptic Coat, which is... yeah, brutal. Like I said, opponent's deck is very good. The Geist off of the Cryptic Coat was clutch. But opponent's deck is tough. And they're a tempo deck, so with our more mid-rangey shell, I think they're really in a good spot to be taking advantage. If opponent has another... yeah, I mean, we don't have a choice here. The Emperor... I think we need the Shield Druid here, probably. Yeah, it's not gonna do it. It's not gonna do it. We're gonna do this. Yeah. They had their last card in hand being the Reprieve. That was brutal. I should not have played the Plains because I should have just kept it to discard it to make a Cryptic Coat. But Opponent had the answers there, and they had the tempo there. So, I mean, that was a really good hand for that matchup too. It was about as good as I would have wanted to write it up. So that's tough. I don't love this. I'm going to keep it. I really hate that my first play isn't until turn 3, but I have removal, I have card draw, I've got threat. I'd love something else, but I really don't think I can go to 6 against this deck. At least I don't want to go to 6 against this deck. Pass it up to opponent. We're going to get the Abzan Triome off of this Flooded Strands. If opponent has a Bobble, I'll feel silly. I always do this in Timeless. I go too fast and don't think about it. There we go. Yeah. Just making sure I don't want the blue one, but I don't think so. Oh, the Hollowed Fountain tapped. Just pass. I said, luckily we're on the play here. This would not be good enough on the draw, and it only might be good enough on the play. No 1-drop there from opponent is great. We're just going to evoke the Mole Drifter. I don't have the time to be doing more than that, I don't think. So now we have Chupacabra for a threat, or we can just run out the Siege Rhino. And then that into Elishnorn on 5. If we can make it that far, I think we can take over this game. Lelia is going to warrant a Chupacabra for sure. Like to see that the coat is out of here. We're going to run out the Chupacabra. Get that Lelia out of here. A little bit slower start from opponent is what we want to see. Fable is great, obviously, but I like that that is not a hasty threat coming at us. I'm fine with the swords there. We're going to run out the Elishnorn. Next turn, dropping into the Cloud Blazer to draw a ton of cards will be clutch. Also, potentially, if we just draw a land, very probable to also run out Reflector Mage to Fairy to bounce. It's annoying, but it's okay. What does opponent have? My perfect world here would be draw lands. Not happening, but I think I still want to drop the Elishnorn. So opponent time walked us there. Feels bad. That's where we're at. On our turn here, we want to draw lands, and we want to Reflector Mage plus Uro here. Reflector Mage to bounce. Okay. Opponent will have one thing up. They're looking for an answer. Here's what opponent wants, what opponent needs. Otherwise, we're going to bounce, kill Teferi. Yep. I don't think opponent is doing 5 here. There's the tapped lands. I'm going to go to combat. We're going to 4 Teferi here. Teferi's down. So reflection is a problem, for sure. Okay, run out the Uro. Going to gain 6. No more lies. Okay. Don't love having the reflection here, but we'll see how much damage they can do. Reflection isn't as much of like a killer in this deck, I feel like. Like their threats are good, but we'll see. They're probably about to drop something insane. I'm gonna eat my words, but if they do drop something insane and we can draw lands, I don't know what counterspells opponents got left, but would love to drop a Treachery and steal. So we can have a reflection. That would be pretty dope. Narset. That's a legendary, so opponent's not going to be hitting that. So reason, if opponent has a counterspell, so we can either Reflector, bounce, or we can try to Agent. So opponents used No More Lies, they've Dig Through Times. I want opponent to run out of things. I'm going to Reflector Mage here. If they have an answer, we get to Siege Rhino, drain them for 6. See, I think that they have the answer, and I want to be able to resolve this Treachery. Yep. That happens from opponent. What do I need? We have blue. I think we're good. I'm gonna get a green. Just gonna get a basic, actually. I don't think I need anything crazy. I have one, yeah. I think I've got good mana. We'll drop a Siege Rhino. We're gonna drain 6, gain 6. If we attacked opponent here, I mean, that could potentially put them at 3. But I'm at 19, like I'm in a pretty good spot. I think if the opponent had something to drop alongside Reflection, they probably would have last turn. But like I said, hopefully we've used up 2 counter spells there. Hopefully giving us a window to drop this Agent of Treachery. If we even want to do that. I've got the Guardian to flicker the Siege Rhino. If opponent gives us that option. So I've got Reflection to Reflection the Slick Shot. How much damage does opponent have? If opponent has lethal, I mean, I can't be mad about it. Like, it's pretty dang good. Pretty crazy if they do. Okay, so they're doing 3. I mean, that's a lot of damage. That's 8 already. Doing that again. Man, yeah, that's crazy. If they have another answer, okay. Man, 14 is wild. Like I said, opponent's deck is very good. Okay. Yeah, we've got to run out the Agent here. If opponent has an answer, I mean, they had it all. You know what I mean? Now, very interesting. What do we take? I think we need to take the Slick Shot for sure. If I hit Narset, don't really have anything to cast. I can currently block it. I think I take Narset Reflection. Or Slick Shot Reflection. I've got 2 blockers. Hit an opponent for 4. Can they close it out? If opponent just has like a bolt here, that'll do it. Which would be a really lame ending. I mean, it will be a cool ending on the opponent's part. I do think those choices were correct, though. I kind of let opponent get a hasty, like, flyer or something. For me, untapping with it ends the game. Can't let opponent keep show off. Okay, good. All right, on to game number 3. So that's what we're trying to do. That was a good example of just what we're trying to do with this deck. We are going to the long game. We are trying to, especially in this matchup, we are for sure the control deck, trying to get control of that game. Well, 0 cards that we can cast, and 0 colors to cast them, so we're going to mulligan. This is very keepable. Very keepable. I like it. Keeping 6, huh? Like, Eldritch Evolution will be clutched here. I'm gonna ship the Armored and keep this here. What have you got, opponent? Opponent also down to 6. Love to see that. Opponent not in need of lands. I think the damage is going to matter, and I have a lot of 3s in my deck is the only issue, but I have to draw the 3. Choices. I also don't want opponents to just have a... I'm gonna go tapped. I'm not sure if that's correct. So if I had a 3-drop I wanted to cast, I would have gone for that line, but given what we've got... See, that would have been nice, but I'm okay with the choice that we made there. Again, opponent may have had just an answer to have just killed the Pilgrim, and that wouldn't matter. We took 2 for nothing. But I am okay with the choice that we made. There's opponent with the shove aside. Don't love what we've got now. I don't really care about the Ledger Shredder yet. I think like if I hadn't drawn a land next turn, I would be very sad. I'm still going to be sad if I don't draw a land, but at least that got us a little bit closer to hopefully hitting one. Rahilda. Rahilda is disgusting. Okay, tapped land, so it's good. I'll pass. I want opponent to draw cards here. Is what I would like. Come on, opponent, you want to draw cards? Cast 2 spells, opponent. No. Okay. Opponent go to combat. We're going to cast a Bowmasters. See if opponent has an answer. Opponent does have an answer. We're not letting this double strike hit us. Preferably, we'll be able to go ahead and cast that, but get it off the board. Opponent has to kill it to get back. If we can play it, great. Seems like opponent has an answer. Yep. I want to get that off the battlefield. I'm fine taking 1 here from the ledger share right now. That's just so much. We need to have be the person with the answers in this matchup. Like, we cannot let opponent get that value. So we'll play the Acolyte here. We're gonna get back the Hostage Taker. Opponent has the Fateful Absence off of the Acolytes if they want to do that. The Shove Aside might be the better choice. From a graveyard. Oh, that's crazy. Wow. I did not even see that. Yeah, that's really, really good. We could get a 6-drop on our turn off of Eldritch Evolution. Not sure how good that is, honestly. Opponent just gets like a counter spell here, which honestly is what I think I would do. Like, we're in a pretty rough spot. Narsa is very good. The tap lands. Would really have loved an untapped land to be able to Soul Herder plus that. What did opponent get? I just don't think we can keep the Narsa. We've got to try to remove the Narsa. I think opponent has an answer. Even if it's a removal spell, I think they have an answer. But it's what we've got right now. Yeah, so. Yeah, I think an opponent is going to take this. Like I said, their deck is very good. We made a good showing last game, but we have to be able to stabilize. Opponent just has a removal spell. We're dead, right? Opponent could have just killed us there. And opponent kills us. Alright. Well, that was round 1, guys. Good play from our opponent. I knew this was going to be a tough matchup because I've played it, like I said. But good game to our opponent. Howdy. Headed into round 2 with a 1-2 game record, 0-1 match record, and we will see how it goes. Alright guys, check on back next video, which will be posted today for round 2.